and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books. My name is Amelia, and from Locus Magazine, we're here to tell you all about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of April 8th, 2025. Science fiction is up again this week. Before we get to all these books, thank you to all of our donors, Patreon supporters, subscribers to the magazine, and everyone who has ever liked, subscribed, commented, or sent one of these videos to a friend. We're a small literary nonprofit making our way in a big, funky world, and we wouldn't make it without your help. First up, science fiction, we have 4 titles. From S.A. Barnes, we have Cold Eternity, out from Nightfire in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction space horror novel. A woman on the run hides on a space barge full of cryogenically frozen bodies from a century ago. The creepy AI wardens are glitchy, and she starts hearing noises, and the ship starts to feel more and more like a crypt. From Nick Harkaway, we have Sleeper Beach, out from Corsair in hardcover and ebook. This is a near-future noir science fiction detective novel sequel to Titanium Noir. Cal investigates a body that's washed up in a seaside town. He's also grappling with the fact that he's taken T7, a superdrug that grants the rich eternal life and larger stature each time. Harkaway is a pen name for Nicholas Cornwell, who also writes as Aidan Trewin. From Christopher Hines, we have Scales, out from Angry Robot UK in paperback and ebook. This is a science fiction thriller. Eddie is a soldier whose first mission goes great, until he's overcome with cannibalistic rage and starts eating another soldier. This causes a crisis for Blavine Industries, who've genetically engineered Eddie as a prototype for their lucrative human dinosaur super soldier program. Yes, you heard me. Lucrative human dinosaur super soldier program. From John McGoran, we have The Price of Everything, out from Solaris UK in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a near-future cyberpunk thriller. Armand is a courier with a titanium cuff grafted to the bones of his wrist, to which each assignment's briefcase is attached. When he finds his latest case empty, he has to go on the run. From John Mungo Reid, we have Terrestrial History, out from Norton in hardcover and ebook. This is a literary science fiction novel. In a time-bending journey, 4 generations interact. Hannah is a fusion scientist in Scotland. A man from the future and from Mars comes back in time to ask her help to save the dying planet. From Beth Revis, we have Last Chance to Save the World, out from Daw in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a science fiction romance novella, 3rd in the Chaotic Orbits trilogy. Ada and Ryan have to stop nanobots from infecting Earth with malware. Ada hopes she can steal some high-tech goods from the facility they infiltrate without him noticing. Next up, horror, we have 3 titles. From C.J. Dotson, we have The Cut, out from St. Martin's in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a thriller/horror novel. Sadie starts work as a housekeeper at the Larpin Hotel. She starts to notice scary occurrences, guests in trouble, or vanishing. Then these things vanish like they've never been, and management insists she's seeing things. From Jendia Gammon, we have Doomflower, out from A Cyclopocalypse in paperback and ebook. This is a campy horror novel. Malibu Queen Bee Camellia Doom is a bully at her high school. She may be the only person who can save the world from killer plants run amok. Killer plants run amok. Yes, that's what we're talking about here. And new student/enemy Ray may help her do it. From Yeet Turhan, we have Their Monstrous Hearts, out from Mira in hardcover, ebook, and audiobook. This is a horror novel. A struggling writer thinks his troubles are over when he inherits his grandmother's Italian villa and famed butterfly collection. Then he starts to investigate how she died and what lurks in the greenhouse. Next up, fantasy, we have 9 titles. From Catherine J. Adams, we have Tonight I Bleed, out from Orbit US in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel, the 2nd in the Witches of Halstead series. Witch Penny Albright needs to stop the warden who wants to destroy all witches and magic. To save her friends and family, she faces a deal with the sorcerer chained in the library, who wants to be freed. From Veronica DuPont, we have debut novel Death and Other Occupational Hazards, out from Bantam UK in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a darkly humorous fantasy mystery novel. Death is on sabbatical, living in London on a much-needed break. But people start dying, and they're not on her list, so she investigates. From Randy Dawn, we have The Only Song Worth Singing, out from Kasich Science Fiction and Fantasy in paperback and audiobook. This is a contemporary fantasy novel. 3 Irish fans form a folk rock band, but their growing popularity attracts not just American fandom, but 3 she who attach to them and cause all kinds of turmoil. From Kelsey Sheridan Gonzalez, we have The Gods Time Forgot, out from Alcove in hardcover paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a historical fantasy romance. In Gilded Age New York, a young woman with amnesia is taken in by a wealthy society family as their missing daughter. The only person she feels like she remembers is the Irish Lord of Denor, who's drawn to her and also feels like they've met before. From India Holton, we have The Geographer's Map to Romance, out from Berkeley Romance in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a historical fantasy romance novel, the second in the Love's Academic series. Geography professors Elodie and Gabrielle married for convenience, but secretly they pine for each other, and each thinks their love is unrequited. They're assigned to a magical case in a Welsh village and have to work together to save the country. From Julie Johnson, we have The Wind Weaver, out from Ace in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a fantasy romance novel, first in a series. A halfling is saved from execution by a mysterious commander and develops a forbidden desire for him. She learns her birthmark means she's one of 4 remnants fated to restore the balance of magic. From Mark Lawrence, we have The Book That Held Her Heart, out from Ace in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel, third in the Library trilogy. Levira must bring together people who can save the infinite library, tracking them down through time and space and uniting them against steep odds. From Sosuke Natsukawa, we have The Cat Who Saved the Library, out from Harpervia in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel sequel to The Cat Who Saved Books. Asthmatic teenager Nanami adores her local library. She stumbles upon what looks like a man stealing books. She's ignored and thwarted, but Tiger, the library cat, comes to help her. From Niveau, we have We Don't Sleep with the Dead, out from Tor.com in hardcover ebook and audiobook. This is a fantasy novel, a reimagining of The Great Gatsby, a standalone companion to The Chosen and the Beautiful. Nick Carraway, years after the events of the 20s, finds out someone is watching him and sees the undead Jay Gatsby watching him. That wraps up this week. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. Come visit us on the socials at Locus Mag or at Locus Magazine. Surf on over to locusmag.com for in-depth book reviews, author interviews with awesome writers who work hard and think interesting thoughts, publishing news, and so much more. Locus is a 501c3 nonprofit. Thanks for spending your precious time with us. We'll see you next week with more new books.